Good morning, you guys. We have to go get an oil change today. That's really about all that we're doing. I have a lot of work to do. A chill day. It's very gloomy out. It's not sunny. It's nothing exciting. Figured I'd take you guys along and we'll have a good day together. I'm definitely wearing like 3 shades of black, but I don't care. Also, I'm not quite sure what it is, but I'm just like obsessed with hats. How does that look? Let's see, that looks cute. Also, I just feel like more productive with this hat on. I feel like I'm gonna get stuff done. I feel like I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I feel good. Fanny pack, and we are good to go. Probably put in the address, so I don't know where I'm going. Hi! I haven't gotten anything.
Sorry.
I want a Jeep. You do too?
Oh, Mom, you can't drive that? I said, yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
And it's really fun here if you can go off-roading.
That's why I want one, so I can go off-roading. We got that done a lot faster than I anticipated. I only waited for like an hour and I had met a friend. Well, actually now they're all my friends. I was really worried that, hold on, let me see if my mic is plugged in. Okay, the mic is plugged in and the air conditioner is turned down. I was really worried that I was gonna get here, the people were gonna be like as friendly as they are in Oregon. I just kept thinking about it. That's what I was doing. I was like overthinking it. But they ended up being so stinking sweet. He gave me a little discount. I got some hats for cheap. So sweet. Like, I could have spent all day there with them. Even like the people in there that were having their cars being serviced. Like, you guys saw I was talking to someone and it was this sweet lady and she was asking me like, what do I do? And I was telling her everything. Turns out like all she watches is YouTube and she hates actual TV because it's depressing, and YouTube you can like find all sorts of things to watch. So that's what her and I were talking about. We were just talking about like life and how long we've been out here in Arizona, and she was just super duper sweet. She talked about like gardening and cooking and stuff like that. Things like I don't do, but she does, that she's like passionate about. And it was just so sweet. And she had already spent like an hour there as well. And then she left. And then I ended up like responding to comments and such. Just the guy that was helping. Honda people are always just so nice. I do not care what people say. They're so nice. Anyways, glad I got that done. Now we're gonna go back home. And I think we're gonna take Dace out to the park. I'm actually super hungry, so I might make something to eat. Oh my gosh, this license plate in front of me says best mom. But yeah, overall it's been a pretty productive day and I'm happy about it. Not me realizing how zoomed in we were. My bad. That looks a lot better. Oh my gosh. Whatever. I haven't even gotten through all my Red Bull. There's about 4 ounces left in here. I told you I only drink about 4 ounces a day. I'd never drink a full one of these. And it used to be super bad. I used to drink 2.5 rock stars a day, and I would always drink the lemonade ones when I worked at Fred Meyer's. And then it switched to 1 Bang. Those just like, those make me so anxious and so like jittery and sweaty and shaky and stuff. I cannot drink those. I can drink like a few sips from them, but like I cannot drink the entire thing consistently. And then I switched to Red Bull, and I used to get the, whatever the biggest one is, whether it's a 24 or 32 ounce Red Bull. Maybe it's just a 20 ounce. I don't remember. I would drink a full one of those a day, and then I switched to 2 16 ounces a day. I know that's more than just the one. And then I cut back on one, and then I just started drinking 1 16 ounce a day. And then we got it down to an 8 ounce a day, and now I'm down to a 4 ounce a day. So I'm doing good. I know I haven't answered a whole lot of questions as far as like homelessness goes, just because it was such a horrible time in my life that I don't like talking about it, and I I don't even like thinking about it, and I'm not trying to just brush it to the side and act like it never happened. I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just trying to like accept what is and what was. Also remembering like I can still talk about things at my own pace, and I'm not in a rush by all means to answer questions that I don't feel comfortable enough answering. But I do kind of just like want to talk about some things with you guys, just because it was such a big transition, and I know a lot of people aren't going to get it, a lot of people aren't going to understand it, and that's totally normal, and I understand other people not understanding. Like, it's just a crazy story and it's a crazy thing to comprehend. Just imagine being me. But as far as like transitioning from homelessness to being home, it's just, I'm never taking anything for granted. Like, I don't complain about anything anymore, versus if you would have asked me about anything years ago, I would have been, oh, I hate doing dishes, I hate doing laundry, I hate doing this, I hate doing that. But now I feel privileged to do laundry, I feel privileged to do dishes. I could cry. I have a hard time like grocery shopping, just because I know that when I go grocery shopping, I better be eating everything. And even when I make like a meal for dinner or for lunch or whatever, I feel bad about myself for getting too full and not eating it, because I would have been like, I used to pray that I would get a next meal because I was living paycheck to paycheck. I wouldn't care if I was full when I was homeless. Like, I would still eat every single crumb in my freaking lap, because I never knew like when I was gonna eat again, or if I was gonna have enough money to have dinner or like something before I went to sleep. And let me tell you, trying to go to sleep when you're freaking hungry sucks. It sucks. It really sucks. And just like the transition of sleeping, I feel like my back is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's definitely taken a toll on me. Like, my lower back, it's not in constant pain, but I'm just uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm always having to pop it. And I think it's just because of how I was having to sleep in my car every single night, you know? Like, I tried to sleep straightened out with my legs down, but I just wasn't comfortable sleeping like that. And so I would sleep curled up where my legs would lose circulation. And I know a lot of people from TikTok remember this, but like, I had to go to the I had to go see a primary doctor because all the doctors at my urgent care didn't know what was wrong. But like, my legs were destroyed, and I never showed you guys what they looked like because it was just so embarrassing. And I would show you now, but I don't have any of the pictures anymore, because if you guys remember, if you came from TikTok, you'd know that my phone took a shiz when I was shooting a couple session one day, and I ended up having to go to Washington, and I ended up staying with that couple. Long story short, my legs were destroyed. My blood vessels had bursted. I don't like that word, bursted. They broke. My blood vessels broke. It's just like broken vessels all up and down my legs, my inner legs. They look like, I'll show you a picture of what they looked like from Google or whatever. Yeah, they were just super bad, and it was just taking a toll on me. And so every time I ended up getting a hotel, like, I'd be so relieved that I would not have to be sleeping all curled up and I could sleep sprawled out. I'm so thankful to be in a comfy bed and be able to sleep however I want, knowing that I'm getting my full circulation. Going back to the food thing, I've always had a bad relationship with food. I had an eating disorder when I was like 15, 16, and it was because I had H. pylori, and that just took a big toll on my body. And I had dealt with that for a really long time. I don't know, I've just always had a really bad relationship with food. The only food that I was able to eat being homeless was fast food, because it was fast and it was easy and it was already made. I didn't have to worry about making food or whatever. It was super nice and super convenient, but I was so tired of fast food. I was so tired of McDonald's. I was so tired of Jack in the Box and Arby's, and I was just so tired of it. Transitioning from that to not being homeless and living in a home, it's just so hard to grocery shop because I don't know how to cook, and I know that if I'm going to cook anything, there's probably going to be leftovers. I just don't want anything to go to waste, and so it's just super hard. It's so weird to also think that the last time I had my car serviced for an oil change and to get my tires done, if you guys remember that, was back in September. I was sleeping at Jesse's, and then Jesse ended up moving, so then we were back in our car. Oh, it's just a disaster. I don't like talking about it. It's just so hard. Like, I do not know how I went through all that. I do not know how I went through all that. Like, we're not comparing anybody's homeless stories. We're not comparing anybody's stories in general. But, like, dealing with what I had to deal with, my story was so hard alone. I can't even imagine or fathom how worse it could have been, because it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been so much worse. Never ever say that you've hit rock bottom, because it can always get worse. And that's one thing I remember telling myself after February of last year is never tell yourself that you've hit rock bottom, because it can always get worse. What do you know? It got worse. So, oh my gosh, look at this cool motorcycle next to me. I traveled so much. Like, I would always be sleeping in a different spot pretty much every single night. And so I would always wake up like confused, like, okay, where am I? And then I'd realize where I am. I can't tell you how many times I've woken up in my apartment. Where am I? Like, not remembering like where I am when I've woken up. And it's been more scary than not scary. And I still feel that way. Like, this is not my normal surroundings. And I think it's because of just being on the road so much and always having a different scenery to wake up to. So you'd think I'd be used to it, but I'm not. It's just such a weird transition. I can't even explain it, and I don't even expect you to understand it, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't even expect you to understand it. I'm just talking because I don't talk about it. And I don't talk about it because I always cry. I don't like talking about it. I don't like talking about it. But I also feel like if I don't talk about it, then it just gets bottled up. Life is weird, man. Life is so weird. Nevertheless, I'm grateful and I'm blessed to have gone through everything. If I could have had it my way, of course I would have not chosen that route. But it is what it is, and things happen to you whether you like it or not, and it can happen to anyone and everyone at any given time. So always be grateful for what you have. Never take anything for granted. Respect one as you would hope to be respected. Love one another, and always be humble. Always be humble.
I don't really think that I'm quite your type.
Hi, how are you? That was kind of a long time for you, huh? Yeah, it was. I know. I'm sorry. Is that your toy? Squeaky, squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky. Oh.
Okay, I was trying to show you guys these hats inside Honda, but there was a guy sitting like right behind me, and I didn't want to start talking and then have him think I was talking to him, so I didn't talk. I stayed silent. But look how cute this hat is. Are you joking?
You're so cute.
I don't know what it is. I'm just obsessed with hats right now. This is so cute. I can't look at this. What is up? What's my hair right here? Oh my gosh. You're joking! Stop! You're gonna be seeing me in this 7 days a week. Just kidding, you guys don't see me 7 days a week. But like, seriously, I'm obsessed with this hat. I'm so happy to be able to freaking buy a hat. Wow.
Do you think it's cute?
Okay, I'm gonna eat something real quick. Oh, you know what I have? I think we should try it. I haven't tried it before. I was gonna save it for dinner, but like it's basically dinner time. So let's try this. You're sitting on top of my blender, but it's actually a very flattering angle for you. Oh, it smells so good. The small things in life, like that is satisfying. That is pretty. It smells great. I'm happy. I don't know if I've showed you guys, but a follower over on TikTok, her name's Sharon. She's been like a #1 follower and supporter since day one. And she gifted me these cute little wooden utensils. And I'm obsessed with them. They're so cute. So we're gonna use one. We're gonna use this guy to stir up the pasta. Gonna have some cookie butter. Oh my gosh, look at this. This is literally my favorite time of day. The sunset is out. The sunset is out. The sunset is setting, and my living room looks so pretty, and my bed is not made, but it just looks so good. Like, look. And it makes me happy because that means the sun finally decided to make an appearance. Not even the sun is always out trying to make an appearance, but it's the clouds It's the clouds that decided it was time for the sun to make its appearance. That's what it is. I went over to Kaylee's yesterday to do some work and we went to Sonic and I got a cheesecake milkshake. My eating habits are not great. This is so good. That was good. I saved that little moment just for this time today because I knew I would have thanked myself later. And here I am thanking myself later. Thank you, Brooke.